on today's 26-minute Dakar, Lopez loses his way in the forests as Duclos takes his first 2014 stage win. It's cars versus trucks as Sainz races round the mobile roadblocks. We take a look at the unique SSV buggies with Annie Seal and Gary Connell. And we catch up with all the latest news from the stages and the bivouac. All this and more coming up on today's 26-minute Dakar of Tucumán to Salta. Previously in the bikes. Dark days for the champ as his challenge stalls before halfway. He has to endure the worst of the Dakar as the dreams begin to fade. I'm looking for something a good moment, but another dark day. But Raider is still bullish as he reels from a crash, regroups and tries to take back the lead. I plan to get to the end, I plan to get it back. He played it safe early on, but with his rivals battered and bruised, Coma seized the moment on stage 5. It's just like playing Russian roulette. A hellish first week for the bikes. One more stage awaits them as they race north to Sanctuary. At 8:30 this morning, the crew of the broom truck found the body of Honda rider Eric Pellant at kilometre 143 of stage 5 between Chilecito and San Miguel to Tucumán. The circumstances of the 51-year-old's death are now the subject of an analysis by the judge of Belém, and the whole Dakar is in mourning. Today's stage is split in two, with the first leg of 234 kilometres and the second totalling 104 to Salta. Thunderstorms rocked the night and cleared the heavy air that had previously covered Tucumán. The fresh air bringing out the fans in their thousands. The bikes were the first away to blaze the trails through the forest, with the biggest obstacles being herds of animals crossing the paths. Back to the front on the first half of the course. Alain Duclos and the Samsung Sherco team are the constant spoilers this year, and he's calm with it, taking every day in his stride. Duclos won his second ever stage, his first coming in 2006 in Bamako, Mali, and he knows he has potential. Here it's really my favourite type of terrain, and I took advantage of that to push and make a break. I had a bad day 2 days ago, so I'm very happy. The rest day has come at the right moment. It was the best special by far for Michael Metsch. The assistant rider for Deprez is racing harder in support of the Yamaha #1. Second at the end of the first half of the special, he lost just seconds in the second half to get third today and move from 17th to 12th overall. Coma was the very early leader of the stage, but as the opening part of the special rolled on, he slowly gave up his advantage. He ended the first half 2 minutes and 44 seconds down on Duclos. Then, in a brief flurry of activity, Coma decided to take the wheel of Villadoms and the refuelling stop, though as to the reasons why, the KTM riders remained tight-lipped as they were. Today we had to think of teamwork. I've changed the wheel for Mark for security more than anything. There are 100 kilometers left of the special and I hope we can get there without problems. Whatever the reasons, it sure worked as Coma closed the gap to Duclos by nearly 2 minutes to take second on the line. The third of the factory bikes in the race was Chaleco Lopez, and he was finding it hard. Tight and twisty tracks meant the slightest navigational hesitation could prove costly, and there was worse to come for Lopez. At kilometre 211, he went down in a dry riverbed, destroying the bike in the process.
No. Por eso quedó la goma así que
a little bit of dust and we're out of the race. That's the way it is. No, I'm okay, but I've destroyed the bike. Though he was okay, he couldn't continue, and for Chaleco, the Dakar has come to a premature end. It was a tough day to start with for Barreda, starting relatively low down the order in 13th due to yesterday's problems. He spent a lot of the day eating dust. When he finally found a clear route, he picked up speed and brought the Honda home safe in 4th. Helder Rodriguez is now working more closely with Barreda, but still he has his own race to run. The second of the two remaining Hondas started second on the road, and the difference that made for Rodriguez today was marked as he raced 6th. Starting 17th today, just behind the unfortunate Lopez, was Dupre. His day was a lot better than previous, though a small fall at low speed cost him the use of his second camelback of the week and denied the champ water for the second half of the day. So in the overall results, Duclos takes a stage win just from Coma ahead of Mikel Mech, Juan Barreda and Dupre, 2 minutes 55 back. There's no change for Coma at the top of the leaderboard, but Duclos makes it up into 3rd, 1 hour behind. Jeremiah Israel is now in the top 5, 1 hour and 33 behind. Two days ago, he was the rally leader, but Rafał Sonek fell to 3rd place yesterday, and today, the Polish rider leads the way from checkpoint 3 to score his 2nd stage win on the Dakar this year. What a recovery. The quad is repaired, and Sonek climbs back from 3rd to 2nd overall, now just 22 minutes 18 from the rally leader. For the first time in 6 stages of racing, the quads had the same leader 2 days in a row. Sergio Lafuente won yesterday to take control in this category. Today, the Uruguayan rider took the second best time, 54 seconds behind Sonek. And Lafuente keeps that 1st place overall before the rest day. 268 is ridden by the 29-year-old Victor Manuel Gallegos, and he's on his debut in the Dakar. The Chilean was 17th overall at the end of day 3, and since then he's progressed up to 11th going into Chilecito. Today he was the 3rd best quad rider, and he climbs to 9th overall. It was a difficult day for former race leader Ignacio Casale. The Chilean was less than 17 minutes from the rally leader this morning, but today he lost 8 minutes and 6 seconds and 2nd spot. Casale is now 3rd overall, 24 minutes behind the leader. The youngest rider of the 2014 Dakar is Jeremiah Gonzalez, and he's still in the race. The 18-year-old Argentinian improved regularly from 22nd after day 1 up to 11th into the rest day. Patronelli long gone, the quad race is wide open going into week 2. Coming next, the cars take off down the narrow tracks and through the dirt, racing into the valleys around the Andes on their way to Salta. Previously in the cars. Mechanical woes and missed checkpoints have dogged the charge of Sainz. Surely it's his turn for good fortune. That's the way the Dakar is. One day you're a hero, the next a villain. For Nasser Al-Attiyah, his eyes remain firmly on the top step of the podium in Valparaiso.
We are planning to win Dakar, not to win the stage.
Roma has a healthy lead forged from hard days in week one, but nothing is certain in the Dakar. Go day by day, start every day, get the car to the bivouac without problems. Only then can you start to think about winning in Valparaiso. The rest day is coming, but first they'll have to overcome a perilously long doubles special stage. Today's stage is split for the cars, heading further west before rejoining the bike course into the bivouac. One final special before a well-deserved rest day. For this one, the cars and trucks were mixed, adding more concerns for the big guns. Yesterday I decided to look at the standings on my computer because I didn't know what position I was in, but the internet never worked, so I went to bed without knowing that position. This morning, when I saw that I was behind two KAMAZ trucks, I thought it was quite a good thing that I didn't see the results yesterday, or I would have spent a bad night. Technology didn't work, and that was better. So off went the KAMAZ boys, shortly followed by Petter. It was a familiar story for the Frenchman. In a hunting position, the 11-time Dakar winner struck back to win his 63rd stage, equaling Vladimir Chagin. He, however, would have certainly preferred to gain a lot more time on Roma, but there wasn't much he could do against his teammate. The battle plan is tough for us. We're behind. We don't have to control the situation. I'm not interested in second, third or fifth position, only victory is beautiful. Taking off first, Nani Roma had all the pressure on his shoulders. The Catalan knew that he probably wouldn't keep his lead of over half an hour on his main rival. Still, he managed a faultless stage, only losing just under 7 minutes to Petter Hansel.
Et tu prendras un cap 47 après. Entendu? Cap 47. On a validé le point. Tu prends un cap 47. 47! Putain, c'est à droite.
Oui, Michel, il y a les traces avant. On y va.
Ouais.
So far, Orlando Terranova has been enjoying a faultless Dakar in the top 6 of every single stage. The Argentinian remains second overall after taking third spot today. It was a really enjoyable day. But I have to admit that I'm exhausted after the first half of the rally. The car is fine. We suffered a few brake problems like the others, but we really did our best. Today with another stage suited for Giniel de Villiers' Toyota Hilux. Fourth overall in the morning, the South African is closing in on a podium spot, ready to pounce if one of the mini boys hits trouble. Like Stefan Petter Hansel, Nasser Al-Attiyah is a man on a mission. Reduce the gap with Nani Roma, especially after having been given a 1-hour penalty for missing away points yesterday. The Qatari finished second today, gaining 4 minutes on the leader Roma. Full blast. Carlos Sainz was impressive today, overtaking the KAMAZ trucks rapidly on the way to Salto. His upsets of yesterday seemingly behind him, El Matador made the best of his SMG buggy on the long, wide, open straights. Sainz crossed the finish line with the 5th fastest time. Privateer Pascal Thomas is having a great Dakar, extremely consistent since the start in Rosario. The Frenchman driving the MD buggy is currently 9th overall. Again, the scenery was stunning as Marek Dabrowski and his co-driver Jacek Chaksor headed towards Salta, but the day will be tough for the Polish pair. Spinelli came on the Dakar with high expectations, but the Brazilian had to face several upsets. He'll be hoping to get a lot better than his current 15th overall position. In the standings of the day, it was Peter Hansel then, from Alatia, Terranova, De Villiers and Roma just finishing 6 minutes back. In the overall standings though, Roma still leads the way. It's 30 minutes the gap to Terranova. Peter Hansel in 3rd position. De Villiers 40 minutes and 54 back, ahead of Alatia in 5th. Coming next in the trucks, Peter Versluis is a man on a mission in today's short sprint for the big boys of the Dakar. The Dakar's over for Rosa Romero. Nanny Roma's wife was forced to quit during yesterday's stage. So many efforts to get here, and I'm sad, but that's the Dakar. She'll be hoping that her husband Nanny can take home the spoils of victory. Trouble day after day for Lucio Alvared and his Ford Ranger. The Argentinian was aiming for a top 5 in Valparaiso, but he started day 6 in 48th position, more than 12 hours from the race leader. The hardest part of the rally is behind us now, and I'm looking forward to the second part. The Ford driver is hoping that he'll get more luck as we head in towards Chile. In the T2 category, it's Nicolas Guibon who has the lead for the production vehicles. The Frenchman, winner of the T2 category in 2009, 22nd overall, but is only 11 minutes ahead of his teammate, Jun Mitsuhashi, who's 2nd in the class. The eldest rally competitor, Yoshimasa Sugawara, at 72 years old, crossed the first week's traps to reach Salta tonight. The Japanese clocked the 40th time of the day and is 26 in the trucks overall. He started his career on the Dakar in 1983 and should complete his 33rd attempt here. His son, Teruhito Sugawara, reached the rest day in 13th position in the second Hino. After a great start to the Dakar, Marcel van Vliet dropped down to 9th spot. The Dutchman in his Becker MAN truck therefore needed to hit back. On fast tracks, he enjoyed a fine 3rd spot. Also eager to catch up some lost time, Alex Lopez. He had to settle for 9th position, only losing 5 minutes on the day's winner, but he needs to do better. Back on the Dakar after a 1-year break, Catalan Pep Villa is having a great race so far. He's currently sitting in 6th overall. There wasn't much to be gained on a special like today for Gerard de Rooij. The Dutchman in his Iveco only lost a few minutes on his main rival, Karginov. So de Rooij still leads the Dakar with a 29-minute advantage. De Roy's best ally is his cousin, Hans Stacey. The 2007 Dakar winner spent his day behind his team leader. Eventually, he clocked the 5th fastest time and is now 4th overall. It was another solid day for Eduard Nikolaev, the type we've come to expect from the Russian, as he clocked the 4th fastest time. He maintained his 3rd spot overall, 1 hour and 7 minutes adrift. Day after day, Andrei Karginov is gaining time on the race leader. It might not have been significant today, but the Russian did gain 3 minutes on De Roy and is now just 29 minutes behind overall. The man of the day, though, was to be Peter Versluis. The Dutchman, ahead of the Weckerman team, conquered his 2nd stage victory on the Dakar. He's now 21st overall. In today's Dakar world, we're going to show you a very distinctive car and its unique crew.
I'm Gary Connell from Australia. This Dakar I'm racing a Polaris SSV in the T3 light category within the autos.
Hello, I'm Annie Seal from Sweden, and this is my side of the sofa.
It's essentially a stock car that's been heavily modified to deal with the difficult terrain and the difficult aspects of the Dakar Rally, and also to increase the fuel range so that we've got enough fuel on board to go the distance for each of the special stages.
The SSV is a small 4-wheel vehicle, and it stands for side-by-side vehicle, and basically I would say it's a golf cart on steroids.
The chassis of the Dakar Polaris has actually been lengthened slightly.
My job is to take Gary safely home every day.
So the drivetrain of the Polaris is standard production. The vehicle's light, it only weighs about 900 kilos. So that's a good advantage compared to your standard 4-wheel drives or one of your T1 type buggies.
We got some instruments, and this is much easier than on a motorcycle because I can sit and watch TV all day.
We call our buggy La Tortue, so the tortoise. And our strategy is to be like the tortoise from The Tortoise and the Hare. Just take it easy, consistent, keep going, and not break the car, but just keep going, while all the faster hares break their cars and we overtake them. And so far it's working.
We have both the goal that is 100% finish, and we're not going to change that for anything.
Sadly, their mission this year will not be completed. Gary and Annie had to retire with a broken engine before the rest day. On tomorrow's 26-minute Dakar, we'll take some time on the rest day to look back over the action from the first week and bring you a very special guest from the bivouac here in Salta. All that and more as we prepare to leave Argentina, heading to Bolivia and Chile.